Welcome back into the $45 studio. We're going to be taking a look at the JRUEprint today and how Jrue Holiday will help this team going forward. What does Jrue Holiday bring to this team besides his defensive tenacity? How will leadership play a role in the team in the short term and once Scoot Henderson is back from injury? The JRUEprint, celebrating the holidays early. Lots of puns. The Portland Trailblazers just added a veteran with serious credentials. But what exactly will Jrue Holiday's role be on this young Blazers roster? Starter? Mentor? Defensive anchor? Part-time stripper at Casa Diablos? Everyone's asking, why did Portland go get Jrue Holiday right now? But honestly, this might be one of the smartest moves the Blazers have made in a while. Because if you want to turn a rebuild into a real team, you start by bringing in guys like Jrue. Adding a guy like Jrue, that's instant credibility. The man's got a ring, 2 all-defense nods, and 0 ego. He's not here to steal the spotlight, he's here to show these guys how to win without losing your mind in the process. And you can feel the difference already. Smoother possessions, smarter rotations, less chaos in general. With the focus we've seen so far in the preseason, it's like someone finally gave this team a much-needed Adderall. Holiday was brought to Portland in what ended up being a 1-for-1 swap for Anthony Simons. Originally, there were second-rounders included, but those ended up being dropped. And defense, he's still elite. Jrue's the guy who's picking you up full court in a preseason game just because he can. And really, it's what Chauncey has wanted all along. He doesn't gamble, he plays chess, or Settlers of Catan, or whatever overly strategic game tickles your fancy. Offensively, he brings calm. When the games get wild, he slows it down, finds the open guy, and makes the right read. On top of that, he's selective with his shots and isn't afraid to let loose the 3-ball. When you look around at Scoot and Shaedon Sharpe flying around like over-caffeinated pigeons, having someone who can hit the brakes at the right time, well, that's huge. Look, this Trailblazers team doesn't necessarily need a savior with this acquisition, it needs a standard. Jrue's the guy who shows up every night, defends his ass off, and never complains. That's contagious. Young players see that and start thinking, oh, that's what being a pro is like. Add Lillard into the mix, and well, I think we'll start to see a better culture start to develop. This team doesn't lack guys with work ethic or high character players at all. It lacks an identity and a guard with a killer mentality. Will that be Shaedon Sharpe under some veteran tutelage? So far in the preseason, he's looking the part and saying all the right things. And it's not just on the court. Jrue's known as one of the best locker room dudes in the league. Doesn't matter if you're a rookie or a vet, he treats everyone the same. And that's how you build a culture. So no, Jrue's not dropping 25 a night, but he's making everyone else better. And that's the kind of player that keeps a rebuild from turning into a revolving door. You've got Scoot learning from one of the smartest guards in basketball, Sharpe watching how to defend without fouling, and the whole team learning how to win the right way. This is how you build something real, piece by piece, with guys who care about the little stuff. Jrue Holiday might not be flashy, but he's the kind of steady presence that takes a rebuild and turns it into a foundation. And if the Blazers play this right, a couple years from now, we might look back and say, that's when it started to click. Ultimately, the rotations in the year are going to look much different when Scoot returns, and how Chauncey chooses to dole out those minutes will be worth monitoring. Having said that, Jrue has staying power, and what he provides on the floor and on the bench will be a boon for everyone in the building. This is Big Time Blazers. I'd like to thank you for watching, and if you're feeling froggy, go ahead and comment, like, or subscribe, or do all three.